I've been in real estate for over 6 years now. I've toured thousands of homes, hundreds of communities. So I don't take it lightly when I say I found the best new construction community in all of Central Florida. And in today's video, we're here and we're gonna be taking a deep dive into why I believe this truly is the best. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Calesa Township. For anybody new to this channel, my name is Renzo Montiuti and I'm truly blessed to be the host because on this channel, I go all over Central Florida. We look at new construction homes, resale homes, investment properties, give you informational videos on what it takes to move to Florida, what does it look like, all of that stuff. So if you guys have been looking for a trusted real estate resource, this is it. Now let's get back to why we are here today. In my opinion, this is the best new construction community in all of Central Florida. And I've toured a lot of them. I've toured Toll Brothers, Pulte. I've toured some independent builders as well. And you know, really this community always sets itself apart. And today I'm gonna give you 3 reasons as to why. The first reason is the location. The second reason is gonna be the amenities that you get with such a low HOA. And then the third reason why is the impeccable quality of construction and easy sales process. I believe knowledge is a precursor to experience. So if I can give you guys an incredible amount of information before we get into the home tour, before we get into more deeper information, you guys are gonna have a much better experience. First and foremost, this community is called Calesa Township. They sold their very first home in 2020. They opened right around COVID and prices were literally under $200,000 in this community. Now the home with the lowest base price is $328,000. So just in a few years, this community has appreciated so much just for the amount of traction. Now, where the heck is it? First and foremost, this is located in Ocala, Florida, which is located in Marion County. We're only an hour and a half from Orlando, Florida and Tampa, Florida. So if you like having maybe options in really big metropolitan cities, you want to go to Disney for a day, you want to go to an NFL game for a day, you want to go to the beach for a day, you have everything very close by within an hour and a half. And Orlando is where I was born and raised. So if you ever want some tips on where to go, I definitely have some great recommendations for you. Even on a grander scale, this community 2.5 hours north is Jacksonville, Florida. And then we have Miami, Florida, about 5 hours away. So on a grand scale, you know, we're close to metropolitan cities, but also you have that Ocala nature, small town charm. Now let's talk a little bit more about what is local. I think one of the most important things to know when you live in Ocala is how close are you to Highway 200? Because that's where a lot of your daily needs are gonna be met. Let's say you need to go to Lowe's or Home Depot. Let's say you're hungry and you wanna go for a quick bite to eat at Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Culver's, or wherever you're feeling. Maybe you need to go grocery shopping. They just opened up a brand new farmer's market called Sprouts. So if you are health conscious, they're gonna have some of the cleaner cuts of meat and chicken and food and poultry and all that good stuff. And then entertainment wise, you're also gonna have the movie theaters. You're also gonna have some indoor and outdoor malls on Highway 200. So you have a lot of great things going on this strip. And you're only 10 to 15 minutes away from Highway 200. Now, if you go northeast on Highway 200, you're gonna hit downtown Ocala. This is a small downtown, nothing like Orlando or Tampa, but it's very quaint, it's very charming. A lot of mom and pop shops, family owned restaurants. And that's the type of environment and feeling you're gonna get here in Ocala. And that's gonna be about 25 minutes away from this community. And then lastly, Ocala is the horse capital of the world, and we're only 15 minutes away from the World Equestrian Center. There's only 2 of them in the entire world, one in Ohio, one here in Ocala, Florida. And quick fun fact for you, there are more championship horses here in Ocala, Florida than anywhere else in the world. So think about that. Maybe it gives you a little bit more pride living here in Central Florida and specifically in Ocala. Now, with that being said, I wanna show you a couple of the amenities and then we're gonna jump right into the home tour in their top selling model and my personal favorite. Let's go. You can hear the ancestors speaking back. Now, truly, one of the greatest things about Calesa Township has to be the wide range of amenities that you're gonna get. And today, I wanna just make sure we get them all to you and make you understand that this community isn't just giving you an amazing quality of construction, great location. You also have so many different things to do. So first, let's start with the Florida Aquatic Swimming and Training Facility. This is a state-of-the-art swimming and training facility here inside of the community. This is where there's gonna be a lot of competition swimming happening on the weekends. You also have a state-of-the-art gym inside of this facility that you, as a part of the HOA, get to use free of charge. Now, also, you're gonna have some outdoor pools for recreation and some splash pads for the kids. So overall, this is one of the amenities that just, I can't believe that it comes with it. Now, also, if you want to take some extra swimming training, or if you want your kids to compete, you know, obviously those are memberships and stuff like that. But all in all, you get the gym, you get the recreational space, and you get to watch some high-level competition. If I remember correctly, the US Olympic national team actually comes and practices here getting ready for the Olympics. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. Now, not only that, in this community, we have a lot of different neighborhoods inside of the community, like Rowan Hills and the new one called Perlino Grove, and Sorrel Glen is the first one. In Sorrel Glen, you're gonna have a state-of-the-art pool, a splash pad, a little cabana area. You're also gonna have a soccer field, basketball courts. You have so many different things. And then in the next neighborhood, you're gonna have an adventure park. You're gonna have some skate ramps and biking ramps and all that great stuff. And in each neighborhood, I believe they are also gonna have dog parks, one for small dogs and one for big dogs, which is pretty cool. And then in Perlino Grove, I know they have a lot of great amenities coming up, but also there's gonna be a master plan kind of community amenity center where they're gonna have two different pools. One is gonna be adults only, and then one is gonna be for children. Then they're gonna have a lot of other cool stuff. Now, what I'm most excited about for this community is something called The Nest. They're gonna have a beer garden. They're gonna have a bunch of food trucks. I believe they're gonna be building like a little mini amphitheater, so maybe some live music can be played. But ultimately, this is gonna be a dream once it's finished. And then another big thing that I can't forget is also that you have one of the highest rated K-8 schools in all of Central Florida called Ina A. Colon Academy. Kids are on waiting lists to try and get into this school. And what's cool is that 50% of the bids are left for Calesa homeowner residents. So, you know, this is not just a community where, hey, you know, we're gonna go hang out at the pool and stuff like that. No, your kids are also getting the best education possible, and they can walk to school. And they have other kids that are walking to school from the same community. So this community really embodies what it means to be tight-knit. And then lastly, where we just came from, they have an extensive immersive trail system. They have 2 underground tunnels. Really, if you wanna go for a run or jog throughout the whole entire community, you can do so. But now, my friends, let's go ahead. I wanna show you the quality of construction that they have here, and also give you the full details on the numbers of these homes, what to expect. If you're building a home from scratch, or if you want to buy something that's already a quick move-in that's ready in a month or two, we're going to talk about all of that after we tour the home. So let's just head to the property, have some fun. Come on. So here we are in front of the Larkspur model, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is my personal favorite. I think this is like one of the most sold homes in the community as well. And ultimately, this is just a beautiful one. So we're gonna have fun touring it. This is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms with a 3-car tandem garage. It's gonna have just under 3,100 square feet of under air living space. And ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, this is the top of the line construction that you can get. This is concrete block with exterior cement and stack stone finishes. And ladies and gentlemen, like, this is a property that really you have no worries about when it comes to hurricanes or anything, because it's just so solid. And also, you're gonna have a 30-year architectural shingle roof, of course, with warranty. Now, one of the reasons why I think people fall in love is, one, the first thing is you get a really nice big porch. Now, this porch right here is about an extra 275 square feet of area that you can hang out in. So in the morning, I just picture it, honestly, every morning I eat the same thing now. I'm trying to lose this. I've been on a bulking journey, and now I took the bulk a little too seriously, so I'm trying to cut, and I just eat beef, eggs, and avocado. So this is a perfect place to do it. Anyways, if you have coffee, if you have tea in the morning, whatever your preference is, it's a cool space. Also, a lot of people think this, from the exterior, it looks like wood plank. I don't know if you can hear that. Here, let's try something here. That is literally cement. If I try to punch this thing, well, even with wood, it wouldn't work. But now, another cool thing about this specific home is that you have a home flex option. So you have the option to open up a door here to the side that leads into an extra bedroom and a half bathroom. So let's enter in the normal way, and I want to show you exactly how this works. Okay. So remember, 4-bed, 3-bath, 3-car tandem, just under 3,100 square feet. Below my feet, you have LVP, but I want you to know every detail in this house you can upgrade, or you can design it the way you wish. You can have it as basic as you want at the base price, or you can start customizing as you want. Or you can buy one that they have already built, which is called a quick move-in option. And those are typically the ones where you get better deals at, but I'll talk about that at the end. But when you're looking at these finishes, it's not set in stone. This is the only finish. I want you to have your imagination. You can play if you want a different color tile or walls or finishes, baseboards. If you wanted maybe curved edges rather than pointy edges. So those are things to think about. Anyways, back to the house. You know, here we have the nice foyer, tray ceilings, crown molding. Below my feet, like I mentioned, LVP. And here to the front of the house, we're gonna have 2 bedrooms. Now, like I mentioned to you, normally, without any upgrades, this is 1 bedroom here, 1 bedroom here, and they have a Jack and Joe bathroom. But if you follow me in this way, they have something called the Home Flex option. Now, when I see this, I'm like, okay, this is an in-law suite. So you could use it this way. The only thing is that it has a half bathroom rather than a full bathroom. So it really is called a Home Flex, but I still think it's an incredible option just to have separate entrance and some privacy. These rooms are huge, absolutely massive. So, you know, I know when I go to certain builders, it's like 10 by 10. This is at least like 12 by 11, 12 by 12 feet. So you have plenty of space here. You're working, you're hanging out, you have a half bath. Or remember, this is just a normal bedroom. Then in here, traditional bedroom again. Now, look at all the space that you have here. Again, 12 by 11, 12 by 12 feet, maybe even a little bigger. Walk-in closet. We're gonna have cozy carpet below my feet. This is the closet space. Ladies, I know I've gotten so many comments. Renzo, keep showing the closets. Here we are. And then this is the bathroom. This would be a Jack and Jill if that other room is a bathroom. So something to think about, but if you do the Home Flex, this is its own bathroom. So now let's go into the garage. I want to show you some pretty cool things. And also for anybody who's looking for maybe a home gym or maybe some extra air conditioned space, I got some options for you. So now we're here in the mudroom. Beautiful area for you to set your shoes, hang your keys, your coats for that 1 week of the year when it gets cold. And then your washer and dryer is always coming with the home here at Calesa. You got some extra cabinet space. Again, I've walked a million homes, and sometimes with new construction, you kind of see like big holes or gaps in between the concrete. You don't see any of that. Whenever we do a final walkthrough here at Calesa, it's probably the easiest thing I ever have to do as a realtor because I maybe find 1 or 2 things. If I go with maybe a builder who doesn't have as exceptional quality of build, I have my whole blue tape, I'm going, I'm hustling, I'm running around, I'm jumping up and down, and literally. So anyways, garage door opener, tall ceilings, electrical and irrigation. But also I want you to know, this could be turned into under air living space right here. So think about this. There's a wall, there's a door, this is air conditioned. You could essentially have this as an extra room, a workout room, and they can put a window so you get some natural light. So that is one thing I want you to think about. Now, my friends, we come into the heart of the home, and this is what speaks to me and to so many people, including myself, on why they love it. The open space, el corazón de la casa, the heart of the home, ladies and gentlemen. And this is something that, especially someone in real estate, you just gotta sit in here and appreciate it sometimes because it's beautiful. Coming into the main areas, tray ceilings, crown molding, big living space right off of the living room. You're gonna have a flex room for working. You could turn this into another room as well, but here it's considered a flex room. And then in here, let's take a look at the kitchen. Beautiful cut of quartz, upgraded kitchen cabinets, built-in appliances. Oh, I almost forgot. This is an all gas community. So that means when you're grilling your steak on a cast iron skillet, it's gonna taste delicious. I think most places in the world, they use gas, but here in Florida, it's very common to use electric. So it's always kind of like a breath of fresh air whenever there's a gas. And I have one client specifically who said, Renzo, I'm not buying anything other than gas. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know how we're gonna do this. And it wasn't in Ocala or anything, it was in Orlando and resale home. And I'm like, oh wow, this is gonna be a challenge. But anyways, here we got it. You're gonna have your hood, so all that smoke is gonna go out. That same porch you see is the backsplash here as well, and really big island and open and facing into the living areas. Now, right off of the kitchen, we have our dining room. This is for Thanksgiving, para mi Latino, para Thanksgiving, and y para mi Italianos, well, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Italy. But yeah, this is honestly really big space. Like you could really put like French doors here, and this is another bedroom, literally. Now, another cool aspect, we're bouncing back and forth here. If you follow me in this way, this is where we have what is called, there's a specific term they use for it. No, not the prep station. It was, no, nothing prep. It was, I'm gonna remember. Nest. That's the thing. The nest. That's that place in the front. Yeah, the place. The nest. This is something. The nest. Hold on, I've walked through this one a million times. Where'd I get this? Nest. Really? Yeah. Oh. Nest. My bad. Nest. Okay, now we're back in business. And this is considered a nest. And honestly, there's been a lot of families that we've helped purchase this home, and what they tend to do is they put, the cabinets don't come in, but you can put some cabinets or put a desk, and this can be a study work area. And the coolest thing about working here is you got all your snacks next to you. You got all the snacks right here. So this is super cool. And yeah, here's the nest and the pantry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go take a look at the master bedroom. Now, stepping into the master bedroom, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you perspective, you got a very big bed here, your dresser, you got your nightstands, and you have so much space. You have even maybe enough space for like a nook area, reading area, 2 big windows facing the south side of the home, so a lot of natural light coming in. Again, we have tall ceilings in this home as well. I believe they're 9'4" inches. Now follow me this way. Linen closet, her closet, the bigger closet, and then his closet, the smaller closet. So hers and his and hers, and then the primary bathroom. A sink here, 2 sinks, walk-in shower with a doorless entry. Right over here is gonna be your toilet. Yeah, overall, nice space. This is gonna transition from LVP into ceramic tile, and that's what we have here. Now, follow me this way. We're going to the southeast corner of the house. Now, this is a bedroom, back corner room. This is the room I would be fighting for if I was a kid and moving into this house, just because it's kind of more private and isolated. And then, but yeah, nice spacious room. You're gonna have your double closets there, 2 windows facing the south side of the home. And then here you have a bathroom, single sink, toilet, walk-in shower with some skylights to bring in that natural light. Now, my friends, let's get out back. Let's take a look at the best part. Now, if your living room wasn't big enough, on a beautiful day like today here in Florida, you just open this up and you just have that seamless indoor-outdoor integration. Now, if you've been following along for a while, what do we put here? This is where the big green egg, this is where the skillet, this is where your Traeger grill goes. This is where the grilling happens. You have some football on the TV, some soccer, some Serie A is back, some basketball, and this is where you can have a cool experience. 2 fans to keep you cool in the summer heat. So with all of the properties in this community, you are gonna have about 0.18 to 0.25 acres of land, plenty of space to build a pool. This specific floor plan does get tight because you have over 3,000 square feet on 1 story, but I do believe you can fit certain specifications. It's just not gonna be the humongous one that you can build on like a 2-story home or a smaller 1-story home. But guys, this is absolutely something special here. And as you can see behind me, this is some of the walking trails that you have. It is just gorgeous back here. And we're here it's September now, and the weather's getting really nice here in Florida. I mean, in the mornings, it's low 70s, high 60s. During the day, like, I'm not even sweating, right? This is crazy, Alex. So it's pretty rare for this early in the year to get weather to get so good. So we're enjoying it, yeah, and we're excited for the winter. I think that's one thing us Floridians can say. We're excited for the winter. But anyways, guys, let's get inside. We have so much more information to go over. If you're still with us, make sure to go grab some pen and paper, take some vigorous notes on what we're gonna talk about next. Come on. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the video. Now, I told you in the beginning, our job here on this channel is to just be as transparent as possible with you guys. I want to make sure everything is super clear. There are no hidden tricks or anything like that. And I mean, look, real estate is one of the most saturated professions out there. There's so many realtors out there. The average realtor does about 3 to 4 deals a year, and they don't really, they're just kind of doing it part-time, hoping for the best. And I'll tell you, when it comes to buying and selling a home, you're about to spend a lot of money and you need the proper guidance. And today we want to make sure we give you all the details. So I have a little presentation for you. I hope you have your notepad ready. Let's dig in. So our job here is to do real estate with clarity. And when I say real estate, I mean that as a verb, where you're actually we're practicing real estate with a significant amount of clarity. Now, let's just recap the home a little bit. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,089 square feet to be exact. You're gonna have a 3-car tandem garage, and the lot sizes are gonna be around anywhere from 0.15 to 0.25 acres of land. So we're gonna have 3 different collections. We're gonna have the artisan collection, which is gonna have the smaller lots in the community, the floral collection, which is what the Larkspur is in. This is gonna be the second biggest lots in the community. And then lastly is gonna be the Arbor collection, and those are gonna have the biggest lots with the biggest homes on them. So here, Larkspur is a part of the floral collection. 4-bed, 3-bath, 3,089 square feet. Also, a few things I wanna mention to you, that we are in Ocala, Florida. This is brand new construction build, right? They do have some resale homes on the market in here, but they're still building a lot of new construction, and they have probably 8 to 10 more years to go. They plan on having thousands of homes in this community. All of these homes are built with concrete block. At each corner of the home, or every couple feet, they literally pour concrete into the concrete blocks. So it is just extra reinforced. These can resist up to the biggest, baddest hurricane out there. So if you ever had some worries about hurricanes or anything like that, this should give you peace of mind. And also, I've lived here my whole entire life. I'm 28 years old, and I've been through every single hurricane, and I'm still here. And really the worst thing that's happened, at least in Central Florida for me, is, we didn't have power back in 2005 after Hurricane Charlie. We didn't have power for 2 days. That was the worst that happened. On the coast, it's a whole nother story. In Central Florida, you're relatively much safer. This is all public water and public sewer. And also this is a natural gas community. Let's go over the community and the amenities a little bit deeper. Now, you're gonna have your immersive trail system, miles of paved and unpaved trails for walking, hiking, and biking. The Rowan Hills Park, you're gonna have an amenity center with a pool at its heart. That's where I was mentioning you're gonna have the heated pool, the splash pad area for you to hang out if you want to throw a party, if your kids are having a birthday. Great space. You're also gonna have a playground and basketball courts and some extra playing fields. You're gonna have an adventure park, which includes a bike pump track, skate park, and a playground. You're also gonna have the Florida Aquatic Swimming and Training Center, which is what we went over earlier. The Bark Park, space for dogs to run, socialize, open off leash. I know in the first community, they have a small dog and a big dog, because I know sometimes they don't gel too well. And then the Nest, outdoor amphitheater space with a beer garden, a food truck village, a tap room, and a coffee house. Not too bad, eh? And then Ina A. Colon Academy, a K-8 public charter school located adjacent to Calesa Township. Ladies and gentlemen, this is jam-packed. Now you're probably wondering, Renzo, this is gonna be $1,000 a month. This is gonna be $500 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, it is $131 per month. HOA. In the past 6 years, it's only gone up once, and it was at $100 and it went up to $31, I think, the beginning of this year. It's been here for 5 years and it's only went up once, and that's $30. So it shows that they really have, this is a community again, where they prove to themselves, where it's more about the people, the community, the safety, the feeling that you get being here, and that you feel safe. Included services, the common landscaping areas, the trail maintenance, the common areas, the irrigation areas, gated entries, and access to neighborhood amenities. Now, you are responsible for your own lawn, unless you're buying one of the new townhomes that's coming out. They don't have it exactly released the price, but it's gonna be around the high 200s. That's something super exciting to look forward to, and I'll definitely do a video to keep you guys updated. When you're buying new construction, there are a couple things to know, especially when you're not buying just quick move-in home that's already built by the builder and you're just moving in and buying it. There's things to know when you're buying a semi-custom built home. And the first thing to know know is that you have 3 different costs. Sometimes it's 4 depending on the builder, but 1 is the base price of the home, right? And we're gonna go over the numbers on this property. But the base price of the home, the next thing is the lot premium. In this community, it could be anywhere from 5 to 25K. I've seen some really special lots go for 50. It really just depends on the lot, but I know there's some lots maybe that could go for free. And then lastly is how much you decorate and design the home. Are you going all out? Are you just want it from tip to toe, just absolutely decked out and finishes? You know, you're gonna pay. But on average, people are going about 10 to 20% of the base price of the home in design studio. You don't have to. You could just say, hey, look, you know, maybe I know people, maybe I'm handy myself. And you know, I think the big things would be flooring and kitchen are the 2 major things that you wanna pay attention to. And I think it's really beneficial starting with the builder, and they have pretty good prices as well and incentives when it comes to design. So those are things to think about. Now, negotiations. This is what we do best. We negotiate. But, you know, a lot of times when you're building a home from scratch, there is no negotiations. And I want you to know why. The builders are building a house that's specifically tailored to your style. And if for whatever reason you back out, they have to try and find someone else who's adept or really wants your style of home, right? So they're taking a little bit of the risk. They're spending the money up front, so they're not willing to negotiate something that is currently finished and they want to get off the books. So it's good to understand the builder's perspective as well. Now, quick move-ins. When you're talking about quick move-in homes, that's a whole nother conversation. Quick move-in homes, that's where we can put in a couple offers, ask for a little bit extra closing costs, maybe ask for a little extra flex cash. Now, I will say this, in my experience, they're very strong and believe in their product. So yes, they might negotiate a little bit, but they're never just giving crazy deals out there because they don't want to draw down the value of the community. I don't think they've dropped the price of their base prices once. I think they've only gone up incrementally. So they might give you extra incentives, but what they want to make sure they do is that appraisal values and home prices in this community stay high. And that's something that they're thinking not just about them, they're thinking about future resale value for the entire community down the line. And I think that's truly honorable in a way. Quick move-ins, I think there might be a 5 to 10K in wiggle room there on top of the incentives that you're already getting. Now, when I say final price, the base price of this home is $450,000. But when it comes base price, everybody's gonna put in some sort of finishes. So I'm going off my expertise, seeing what this home typically kind of ends at, more or less. I've seen some sell at 500, some at like 495. But if you want, you know, kind of similar finishes to what you see inside of this home, you'll be at 515, right? You could be lower. You could just be like, hey, I do the flooring, I do some moderate upgrades in the kitchen, and you're in like the 490s. So just take this with a grain of salt, okay? That you can adjust that. Now, they have some quick move-in options right now that are ready to go. This exact floor plan, all in different ranging from the high 4s to the low to mid 5s. So those are things to consider. And like I told you, it depends on lot, it depends on the finishes. I also want to be very transparent with you guys. What would a down payment look like on a house like this? Well, if you're a first-time home buyer, you can buy this house with as little as 3.5 down with an FHA loan. What does 3.5 look like? That's $18,025. If you're looking for a conventional loan, that would be a 5% down payment, and 5% down as a primary residence would be $25,750. Now, you're probably looking at these two numbers and like, hey, Renzo, of course I would go with the FHA loan because that's way less money. That's way less money. That's almost $7,000, $7,525 I'm saving. And yes, you would be saving up front. But the reason why people go conventional is one, maybe they already used their FHA loan. You can't use it twice. Actually, you can use the FHA loan twice. It's just very specific criteria and we don't want to get into that. And the second reason is because once your conventional loan hits 20% equity, you no longer have to pay monthly for something called private mortgage insurance. Now, private mortgage insurance can cost you anywhere from $150 to $400 a month. So think about it. If you're paying $200 a month, let's just say on average, that's $2,400 a year. Over 10 years, that's over $24,000. If you go conventional, put 20% down, you don't have to pay that at all. Or when your property builds enough equity that you're at 20% equity, you get an appraisal report, send it to the lender, takes out your PMI. With FHA, you're gonna have private mortgage insurance for the life of the loan if it's 15 or 30 years. So those are things to consider. Now, secondary home, investment property, nada, because this community only allows people who are gonna live here to buy here. And that's another thing that's super cool. You don't see that. They want only homeowners living here, not investors. And they've had investors offer them, hey, I'll buy 10, 20 homes. And they said, no, this is meant for a community. So what does that say about a builder when they're doing stuff like that? Just saying. Monthly payment, down payment, we'll get into that in just a second. Property taxes are gonna be estimated 1.2 to 1.4% of the purchase price of the home. Another good one, CDD, community development tax. You don't have any of that, which is great. And essentially what that is a lot of times when you buy or build on land that's premium land, right? So like if you think about Orlando, all the areas near Disney, that's premium land because you're next to the parks and attractions, high traffic, high foot traffic. And you know, there are a lot of impact fees to kind of go into you kind of redeveloping the way a community is going to work. So there's like kind of like a tax on the land for you to build on it. And essentially what some communities do is they charge it to the homeowners, and it can last 15 to 20 years. And a lot of times it gets paid off after a certain point. Some CDDs don't end. So but it's always a blessing when you don't have any at all. Closing costs covered by the builder, one way or another. I've always been at Calesa and they've always covered closing costs for their clients, whether it's a direct 3% incentive, whether it's they're offering it in flex cash and you can allocate it towards closing costs. But I've always seen that they're giving closing cost incentives, which is huge, because what you saw the down payment numbers, it's not just about your down payment, it's also about closing costs. Because ultimately, if you're going for a resale home and there's like 10 offers, you're gonna have to pay your own closing costs. You can't negotiate if you have that much competition. So getting your closing costs covered, you just focus on your down payment and that's it. And then maybe if you want to buy your rate down a little more, you put your money you were going to spend towards closing costs towards buying down your rate, or just your down payment and call it a day. So if you want to get into a house with as little money as possible, it's very doable. Current builder incentives, they're offering 30K flex cash incentive. Now, a lot of people ask all the time, what is flex cash? Well, flex cash can be used towards any of these three: closing cost, off the price of the home, or towards your interest rate. And also there's another one, towards your design. So those are 4 different aspects of where you can use it. And you don't have to use it just in one. You can do like, hey, I'll do 5K here, 10K there, 10K there, and another 5K here. So you could allocate it in different ways. I recommend like, hey, get your closing costs covered at off the jump, right? Allocate 15,000 towards your closing cost and then use 15,000 to buy the rate down. That's what I would do. You could do like 15K and then instead of buying the rate down, hey, improve the home, and then you can refinance the rate when rates drop, which today actually it's right about to get below 6% on an FHA loan, which is nice. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, this is truly a special community because me personally, I've helped countless families in here. And if you're still watching the videos, oh my goodness, I love you guys so much. But truly, they're the happiest people I know. They're the happiest people I know. So many people moving from South Florida to Calesa, and they're just like, you know, I had a family that came from 1,100 square foot home in South Florida for $530,000. They sold it and bought something for the exact same price here, and they tripled the size of their home. Their kids are going to school. The lifestyle, we changed their lives. This community changed the trajectory of their kids' life. The University of Florida is 50 minutes away from here, so they could go to one of the best universities in the country. This place transforms people and transforms lifestyles, and that's why we're so fond of it. Now, why am I doing a video on this? I'm a realtor, right? Like, why do this? Well, because I want to spread the love. I want to spread what is good out there in the world. And truly, this is a place that what it means to be embodying a community that loves each other and cares for each other. And if anything happens, this is a community where you can trust your neighbor. And that's really why we're here today. Ultimately, our job here in the real estate industry, I have a real estate team, and our job is one, to show you the best opportunities. Whenever you are looking to buy a house, it's so important to work with a realtor because we're gonna help you pinpoint exactly what you need, right? And I want you to know, to this day, I've never had a buyer pay any of my commission. So for NAR settlement reasons, I can't say I work for free. 99% of the time, sellers are paying buyer agent commissions, just so you guys know. Also, we're here to find you the best opportunities based off the criteria you give us. We're gonna ask you a million questions. Like if you say, hey, we're ready to go, okay, we're gonna spend an hour on Zoom talking to each other, talking about your wants and needs and desires. And during that Zoom call, I'm already trying to figure out different ways to pinpoint the perfect property for you guys. And also we'll look at the MLS. I'll show you the market reports. I'll show you whatever you want to know. By the end of a Zoom call with us, you know more than most realtors, honestly, after one Zoom call with us. Second thing, we're here to negotiate the best deal. Whether it's new construction, whether you want to buy a resale home in Orlando, we service all of Central Florida, from Tampa to Orlando and Ocala and everything in between. Really, we help people buy and sell, and we are very aggressive, and we study all the sales tactics from some of the greatest minds out there: Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Haas Pratt, and then we have some other gurus in our office as well. You know, we're always here to try and negotiate the best deal for our clients, because we know we do good by you. You guys are gonna show us love back. And then lastly, we're here to keep your money safe. Whenever I walk into a car dealership, I get this weird feeling. And it's a feeling that I never want to give someone when they come to us for our services. I want you to know, I know you work hard for your money, and I'm here to always keep it safe. Or if there is a risk entering a transaction, we're going to let you know ahead of time. We have a very abundant mindset on our team where we're focused way more on customer service than just trying to make money. And that pays off tenfold, because truly, when we do good by you, the best thing ever is the review you leave at the end of the day. Truly, that's why we work. You know, I have a team of 6 agents right now, and we are all dedicated to our craft. And guys, ultimately, if you guys are in any of these stages, I recommend you reach out to us, and at least we can book a Zoom call and help you guys get a better understanding. If you're curious and want to know how this works, I'll set up a Zoom call and I'll spend the time to dedicate to show you. If you made the decision to buy and want to take the first steps, if you're like, hey Renzo, I want to do this, let's get on a Zoom call and I'll give you an even more in-depth meeting. And then if you have a pre-approval in hand and you're ready to start looking at homes, okay, we got to get it dialed in. We're gonna have a fully immersive Zoom call to really break down every step of the process, and you're gonna walk out of that meeting like, whoa, what's going on here? So guys, if you have any questions, if you wanna reach out to us, if you wanna just have a conversation, feel free to reach out to us, give us a call. You can go on our website as well and take a look at some properties. You don't need to sign up. There's no pressure. Just, you can go take a look. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're about. Also, if you wanna learn more about the city of Ocala, we did a full Ocala video talking about the numbers, the economy, the lifestyle. So if you want to go back and look at it, here we have it. And ladies and gentlemen, I do this from the bottom of my heart. Like, recording and speaking to you guys is the highlight of my day, and I'm just happy to be here and be able to help so many families. So I love you all so much. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.